We've arrived in Ao Nang Krabi. In this video, we discuss our initial impressions of Ao Nang so far, of us finding our feet, getting here, the new accommodation, the feel of the place, with some standout points. Our first impressions of Ao Nang. Hey, if you're new here, welcome to our channel. We're a full-time travel family that sold up from our lives in the UK where we were feeling stuck, unfulfilled and feeling like there had to be more to life. We sold it all to travel the world and show our kids as much of it as we could on a budget. In June 2024, we took one-way tickets to Bali where we base ourselves and from there explore many parts of Southeast Asia and beyond, world schooling as we go. We're now 11 months in and we make content documenting our incredible family life journey. If you like the sound of this, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this exciting, crazy, massive world adventure. With that said, let's jump into today's Ao Nang First Impressions video. We're heading to Krabby on the mainland to do some exploring, some island hopping. We've got some really exciting tours booked in. Is everybody excited? Yeah! Yay! So we're really hot, waiting for the air conditioning to kick in, and we're going to our next destination, which is Krabby. Woo! We took a private taxi to the ferry port in Koh Lanta to Krabby. The trip is surprisingly very easy one to make. A private taxi cost is around 2,500 baht, including ferry tickets. The ferry ticket itself only actually costs 50 baht, but you can make your own journey there on scooter or join a group minibus style taxi, which can be cheaper. Since there's 4 of us, it works out fine for us to get a private taxi.
Actually, already like halfway there.
So me and Bertie are sat in the car on the ferry. You can get out if you want. So Lily and Dad got out. The crossing only actually takes around 10 minutes and you drive straight off to the ferry and straight off onto your onward destination. In our case, Ao Nang. Passing through Krabi town, past the airport and into Ao Nang itself. First thing I'm noticing is how lush and green Krabi is. And of course, these magnificent limestone cliffs. So we arrive at our accommodation, check in, freshen up and head out to see Ao Nang for the very first time. But first, our first impressions of Ao Nang.
We're in Ao Nang, which is a small town in Krabi province, and we were looking at Ao Nang and Krabi because we wanted somewhere to stay that was going to be quite central, where we could do lots of boat trips, etc. But we ended up choosing Ao Nang just because it was probably a bit of a better choice of accommodation, would you say?
Yeah, really good accommodation.
There's a good mix in
there.
Yeah,
good mix. Real budget hostel style prices, then mid-level, and then some quite nice ones as well.
Yeah, and it's only about 30 to 40 minutes it is from Krabi Airport. So there's loads of flights from different places, Bangkok, loads of connections, etc. all flying to Krabi Airport. And there's loads of tours leaving here. So just outside the town, you've got a little port area where there's speedboat tours and there's also longboat tours going to all the islands close by and all the beaches close by. And also it's got Grab and Gojek available because it's on the mainland, which we've missed because we were on quite a sleepy island called Koh Lanta, which didn't have Grab or Gojek, and we really missed the ease of it. Just be able to get food and be able to see how much taxes are and just be able to get everything booked. So yeah, it's a good location. So when you get to Ao Nang, I mean, it was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? Because we've been on Koh Lanta, which was super, super sleepy. And when you get to Ao Nang, it's really, it's proper resorty, isn't it? Like there's families on holiday walking up and down in their nice clothes going out in the evening. There's groups of lads and girls out going drinking at night. So there's a lot of bars. And it's essentially when you get here, it's one main street that leads down to Ao Nang Beach. It's full of shops, bars, restaurant, there's all your Rasta bars, your typical things. There's loads of Thai food places, there's Italian places, and it's busy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's busy, but not too busy and not too offensive.
No.
But it is a tourist destination. It's a seaside resort, so come and expect that kind of thing.
Yeah, like there's people trying to get you in shops and stuff, ain't they, and everything.
Yeah.
It's not too bad though, but yeah, it just was a bit of a shock for us, and like the roads are busy, etc. and then you walk right down and that leads you to Ao Nang Beach, which I think probably back in the day it was probably absolutely stunning, wasn't it? Like the cliffs, you've got cliffs either side, you've got the beach there, but now it's just a typical resort beach where it's got like the concrete promenade, it's got the bars and restaurants on it. But you could tell it would have been a really nice beach, and it's just super busy with long-tail boats, isn't it?
Yeah, but that said, I think the beach is a lot better than I thought it was going to be from what I'd read online. I thought it was going to be quite scruffy, quite dirty, but it's actually quite a beautiful beach. But you're not coming to Ao Nang for the beach, so just remember that, I'd say. And also it is busy, it's alive, and it's bustling. I think it's
good,
quite a nice beach.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. You can sunbathe on it, it's clean, the sand is clean, because I was expecting dirty pollution, but I found it to be better than I thought. And at night it comes alive, so it's definitely a really good beach to people watch and just like watch the world go by sort of thing.
It's quite good for shopping and picking up essentials. Like you've got 7-Elevens every few blocks, haven't you? There's a supermarket down that's called Mother Marché, which is probably about 500 metres from the beach, which has got a bit of everything you need. But that was probably about a little bit more expensive than 7-Eleven prices, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, but the quality was better.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But then, because we're staying about 1.5 kilometres up from the beach, if you go 2 kilometres out from the beach, there's a big Lotus supermarket there, which is really good for going to the big shop. So you can get all of your pastas, your coffees, etc. Everything you need from there at a good price. So we're going to do a full video on that as well, so you can watch that. We'll do a bit of a comparison shop. Just if you're staying here for a long time, you can go out, save a bit of money and get everything you need from the supermarket.
Yeah, so obviously if you're a tourist and you're just planning to eat out for every meal, then there's plenty of options. You will not go hungry and you will have quality meals at really good prices. But if you're like us and you're living in a place for a month at a time, or you're a digital nomad, or you're a family that wants to cut down on like breakfast, where you want to make your breakfast inside, the supermarkets close by are just a real handy money saving hack, really.
And something we always love is these local market stalls. We do like to try and live like a local, go and buy our fruit from the market so we can have fruit in the morning, because your prices are better as well.
Yeah, prices of fruit are way better not in the supermarkets and not in the 7-Elevens. Obviously, that makes sense. But it's worth it for us that we just travel to these little fruit and veg stalls just to get our fruit and veg.
And we love to start the day with fruit, don't we, as well?
And it saves us a fortune as a family. And I think it's the one thing that we now do on our holidays as well. We didn't used to. We'd go out for breakfast. But now, even on holiday, we buy some fruit in and yogurt and muesli and have that as our breakfast.
So just to get our bearings, we kind of walked down just the beach, didn't we, just to see where it's like. And also there's quite a famous little thing called the Monkey Trail down there, which is you walk down, if you're looking out to sea, you swing a left and walk right up to the end of the beach. There's a monkey trail there, which kind of like rickety steps that go up along the cliff. You're supposed to be able to see monkeys, but I didn't see one. Did you see one?
No, I didn't, but the kids did. They saw 2.
They saw 2.
But usually, I mean, it depends what time of day you go and you do the trail, the walk. They're on the pathway, and you will likely see them. And we just got unlucky, I think. Or lucky, depending on...
We've seen monkeys, haven't we?
We've seen monkeys.
We've had experience with monkeys in Bali where they've stole our drink and stuff, so we're over monkeys.
We're over monkeys.
But
if you're coming to Ao Nang Beach, it's definitely something you should do and take the kids. So yeah, head straight left.
And it's called Pat Long Beach it goes to, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that beach is actually owned by the hotel that's on it, so you have to pay in the beach. And I think as well, we didn't actually go in it, did we? But I think at the end of the night, unless you're staying at the hotel, you've got to leave by 6 p.m.
Ah, right,
which I've seen some information on.
So the trail leads to that beach, and you can spend the day there, which is meant to be a bit of a nicer beach. We took a walk along Ao Nang Beach as the sun set in, and now we're at Monkey Trail, where we're going to walk across a little trail that's at the end of Ao Nang Beach and hopefully see some monkeys. So we've just been up to Monkey Trail on Ao Nang Beach, and it was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be, guys.
Yeah.
And we didn't see any monkeys, but you did.
Yeah, I didn't. And Will saw one too.
Yeah.
So we spent the evening on the beach because we've been promising the kids that everywhere you go in Thailand, you'll see a fire show. These amazing fire shows. And everywhere we've been, we have not
No
seen
fire
one
show.
single fire show, have we? We've not seen one yet. So we finally managed to get to see a fire show on the beach. We set up camp there. We took our towels with
Picnic
us,
blanket.
picnic blanket. I went to the shop, got a couple of beers from the shop, just sat there, and then you'll just see them. They'll kind of start setting up with like little like flames. They set up, don't they? And then a group of like normally young lads will
Thai
come.
boys, yeah.
Thai boys come and they get set up, and they set up really close to us, didn't they?
Yeah. A bit too close.
Well, they had the big flamethrower things, and as soon as you set one up, and you absolutely bog your pants, didn't you?
So they're just setting up, and you can just choose which one you want to go watch, and they're free to watch. But obviously, at the end of the show, just have a few baht spare to give them a tip.
Yeah, they come round like with a little bucket.
Yeah,
and
will
they do
come
work
round.
hard, don't they?
They do.
Like, it's
They were
normally young
amazing.
lads, yeah. And then they come round, they do an amazing show. So yeah, watch some footage of that, which we'll show you.
Yeah, but one thing to note about Ao Nang Beach is you will get a sunset there, and the sunsets are absolutely beautiful. So if you head down to Ao Nang Beach at about 4 p.m, you can sort of like see the day trippers coming back on the boats, see the boys setting up for the fire show, and just kind of watch the world go by and see this amazing sunset.
And there's like bars there with like live people like doing covers and live music. But yeah, then the sun just drops behind the cliff, doesn't it? So yeah, it's a nice place to spend a few hours, and first impressions overall are super resorty, but lots of accommodation.
Yeah.
It's a great location for all the tours which we're going to be doing over the next few days. So yeah, pretty happy with it all in all, aren't we? Yeah. And obviously we've done a room tour video showing the room where we're staying, so you can see a few examples as well. So yeah, stick with us and we'll go on a few tours next.
We're excited to settle into our base for the next month and really get exploring the beautiful area, and most of all, island hopping around some of the world's most beautiful beaches. Stay tuned as we share the best things to do in Krabi, the food, the beaches. Stay tuned for all our Krabi adventures and vlogs. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our small channel to help us grow. We want to grow to 100k subscribers, okay? Yeah, it's a bit of a lofty goal, but we have dreams, right? And we appreciate you, every single one of you that watches our videos. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for our upcoming video where we visit one of the most breathtaking places we've ever visited, and that's saying something as we've travelled extensively. This beach might surprise you.